Welcome to David's Kitchen, where we are going to make waffle falafels. $3 for 5 meals. Hello, good evening. Welcome. Greetings. Yes, I know it's exciting. Waffle falafels, a brand new concoction. That's a whole week, yeah. For those of you on a real serious budget, we've got some really interesting solutions here. I picked up this Quaker oatmeal pancake mix back in 2013. It was before a lot of the oatmeal crops were contaminated with Roundup. So now they're, contaminating a lot of oatmeal with Roundup. They just had a recall in Singapore for Quaker. Oats, by and large, are non-GMO, though. So I'm going to go with this box. I've got to eat it up. It's $1.49 I paid. So I'm going to start working on a cup of this. I've got my handy cup measure. And we are going to go into iVlog. So let me get into there right now because I am broadcasting over there as well. Hope you're having a great day. Managing to deal with all of Trump's flip-flopping. A lot of you Republicans are probably very upset at Trump's new round of gun control, which I've told you I would never, ever have gun control. We've got too many bigger things facing our country than dealing with that issue. And obviously, abortion and pro-choice is not on my list as well. You know, Amber, this is really so cute. Have you heard? She's actually getting a pet right now with I should give you the pet cam. Hang on. This cat is addicted to my foot rub. So look at this. Isn't that amazing? I can't really see the image here, but oh, there it is. Yeah. She's absolutely. This is her life, So, am I going to get Amber cloned? Not after hearing it was $50,000 to clone a cat. I mean, it should be $5,000. That's ridiculous. Can you imagine? $50,000 per dog. That's what Barbara Streisand paid. Let's lift here. Yeah, these things don't go bad. These boxes are pretty good for storage. Yeah, I know. Quaker Oats. Quaker Oats hits with lawsuits over carcinogenic Monsanto chemical. I know. Well, that's why I wanted to use this before it's, because it was first, I purchased this in 2013. It was before the ongoing lawsuits that ensued that this glyphosate is being used on these non-GMO Quaker Oats as a cover crop. We even know these Roundup Ready farmers in our room. They come in here and I confront him all the time, but he doesn't care. He doesn't even care about anything. The Monsanto company continues to insist that its biggest product, Roundup, is not probable human carcinogen. That's right, as the World Health Organization declared last year. Anyway, I'm going to go with pre-glyphosate spraying of oatmeal. And this is going to be just an effort to get rid of food products in my house. Because I have some really good organic oatmeal, but I've been kind of relaxing my concern. Remember, if you eat a lot of certain types of food, it will affect you. Whereas if you just try to avoid things, you'll be better off. That's really the bottom line. All right, so hope everything's coming in here. We're going to get into iVlog. They were spraying in 2013? Really? How do you know that? Can you prove that to me? Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. I was wrong. It's 2010. 2010. December 15th, 2010. So this is 8 years past due. So check for 2010, okay? Thanks. Geez, I don't get a break here. I get constant OCD people telling me I'm doing the bad thing. Okay, I got to log in here. We'll just take a second. Okay, second's up. It'll take a minute. We are immersed in technology here at America's Third Party, so much so that I have to take the camera away. Actually, you can look at that while I do this. Okay, well, mic is up. I had a little airborne pollution I had to deal with. Okay, 1 cup of any type of a pancake mix, preferably organic, non-GMO. But because I'm experimenting here, I'm not going to really worry about it too much. I don't want all of you to become hypochondriacs. That's just as bad as being poisoned by pollutants in some ways. Yeah, you can become overly concerned about your health. There used to be a designation for the mental status exam. See, that's just 1 cup out of a box. It'll take me a long time to get there. Waffle falafels, yes. Welcome to the Waffle Falafel Show. Let me stop the roll. All right. Take a paper towel and wipe up this. Okay, these waffle mixes are really, really simple. You don't have to add baking soda to them. They're come in a box, basically. It takes 3/4 of a cup of milk and an egg. Sarah does this thing with egg whites, which she's proven to me that you can get real big loft in your waffles when you have egg whites in there. Yeah, we're going to be feeding a lot of people. People said, "Are you going to open up food lines?" Well, we're going to offer food, and it's up to you to scavenge. Cabbage. Oh, you saw the cabbage in the background? Look at you. Aren't you smart? Okay, so I'm going to take a fork and mix this up. I put the yolk in there. I don't really care. I've got a couple tricks I'm going to use with my basic mix here. This should make about 4 waffles, maybe 5. Now, if you're going for 5, you want to double this recipe. I mean, if you're going for more, you want to double the recipe, depending on how many people you have in your house. Now you can keep this mixture in the refrigerator for about 5 days. Believe it or not, we tried it with some of the waffle mix that Sarah made, and we have a really nice Belgian waffle maker. I think I showed it to you in another show. That is superior to the old-fashioned one, but I'm going to use the old-fashioned one. This one. Let me do the back off boogaloo here. There you go. 1967 is when we bought that. That's a family heirloom. The waffle falafels, we're going to try a bunch of different things tonight. Yeah, I've got some old peanut butter. I'm going to actually take the remainder of the jar and mix it with some water and kind of add it to the mix. Now, if your waffle mix is a little too wet, you can always add a little bit of the dry powder to it. And just, kind of keep it going that way. We're going for kind of a dry mix here because what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bunch of things to this mix as time goes on. Initially, we're going to make peanut butter, blueberries, made with blueberry yogurt. Actually, I'm going to do that second. Let's make the main entree first. We'll make the dessert second. Whoa, I've got a burner going here. I'm going to put a little olive oil on this burner right here. And I'm going to saute some onions and mushrooms. I've got this really funny mushroom here. Look at that. Obviously genetically mutated. And some celery. And I'm going to use cabbage. So I'm going to use a lot of cabbage in the middle of these waffle falafels when I make them. What I'm going to do is saute my vegetables first. Oh, I know. Oh, believe me, you could use chickpeas in this recipe. Oh, yeah. You can use garbanzo beans or chickpeas instead of any meat. So replace all meat with chickpeas or garbanzos. The meat I'm using today is I got for $1. I'll show it to you in a second. I want the skin on there. I'm just going to cut this real quick and put it right on the pan. You want to just slice it really kind of thin, not too bulky. And throw it right on the pan. Good, that's coming in really well. I'm going to put a lot of celery in this mix because it's cheap and I need to get rid of it. We'll go with the celery next. Cut them sideways, down the middle, and then crossway. Again, kind of thin on the celery too. Throw that in there on the fry. I'll throw my mushrooms down. So roughly 3 mushrooms. These are big mushrooms. So I said 2 big mushrooms. Cover that up and add a little water. got a little water right here. On top of everything, just add about a tablespoon of water. And I've got this wonderful little soy sauce, and everybody's been saying, David, why don't you cook with soy sauce? Well, because I'm salt sensitive. I don't like a lot of salt in my food. So I have this spray bottle of Dr. Bragg's liquid organic soy sauce. So I'm going to spray a little on top of there. 5 sprays to start with. And I'm going to take this beautiful cabbage I just bought. These things are like 58 cents a pound, very affordable. It's good. It's food fusion, yeah. I kept saying in my mind over the past couple of days, while I, kind of go to sleep at night, I plan. The spray was soy sauce. You can replace it with about a half a teaspoon of soy sauce, and put that on top of the mushrooms. We're running this at level 3, so we're going to take it up to level 3 and cook it fairly fast, not too fast. We're going to add a dash of bump stock, dehydrated bump stock. If you're getting rid of all of your bump stock equipment that's made out of wood, I mean, no, I'm kidding. Somebody just said that, add bump stock. Yeah, I'm going to take a bit of water right now and add it to that jar of peanut butter. But the problem is I actually have to microwave the water to get it hot. So that's the one thing I didn't really plan on. Got to be a way around this. No, nothing. Welcome. I may have to use the microwave. Let's see if it affects the video signal. Hang on. Yes, waffle falafel. So far, so good. What's wrong with Chef Mike? Mike is good. What's wrong with my mic? Hello? I haven't gotten to that yet. Oh, the microwave? Okay, warm, tepid water will do. Put some of that in the peanut butter. And you've got the container here. And just mix it up. Yeah. We have one mic. One mic. Hopefully you can hear me. I don't have a Prius, man. I have an Insight. I'm going to take and mix it up with the bottom here. Oh, yeah. I'm basically making the peanut butter into an aqueous solution. And this isn't the best peanut butter. It has rapeseed oil in it, which is, I don't know, kind of like canola oil. I don't normally eat this stuff, but somebody said, hey, open a jar of peanut butter. And I had these survival peanut butter things the other day, and I lose it around peanuts, I'm telling you. I like peanut butter so much that I'll actually eat a jar of it in 2 days. It's not fun. So I try not to open my peanut butter jars. And I normally don't buy Jif, but it's a good product. It's very durable. If you want a food storage supply in your car, this stuff will stay like without a refrigerator. Seriously. If you put some crackers in your car with some Jif or anything like it, it'll last for a long time and you'll be able to eat on the road. I sound great on iVlog. Excellent. I'm going to take that cabbage up here. I'm only going to use a small portion of the cabbage, so maybe a third of it. Not that much. I'll put it in a bag for posterity. I try to reuse my plastic bags whenever possible, but you got to make sure they're not rank, when you put fresh vegetables in there. And I put a little bit of water on the tip of my, yeah. And then I try to get all the air out because cabbage will go bad with oxygen in the bag. So a little bit of water for moisture and get all that air out. Lock it out as much as possible. That'll stay for a couple weeks. Okay, let's give this a little turn. Okay, we're going to go ahead and shave that cabbage really tight. Always keep your hands down when you're holding the knife to avoid getting cut. I've only cut myself one time when I was a kid, when I first started cooking. It's the only time I ever cut myself. And it was bad. It was bad. I was bleeding like a stuck hog. My hand was, I think I went a quarter inch into my finger. You know, just thinking about weird things going on in school. I was 10 years old, and I had a rough childhood. I don't know if you're aware of that, but yeah, pretty bad. But let me get the light on here. The cut was so deep. I looked at it. It was like bleeding out. I was like, I started to feel really faint. I almost passed out. I immediately got a paper towel on my hand and I covered it. And it was, I think I have a scar still right here. You can't really see it, but it was like right here. I somehow nicked it. And it was like, no, not really. I've had a lot of cuts. Yeah. That's just one of many scars. You don't want to know about the scars I have. No, you know. Anyway, I recovered. I cleaned up the floor, but I'll never forget how close I was to passing out and bleeding out. I mean, just a little cut. When you see blood gushing out of your hand, you got to calm yourself. And this is when I was 10 years old. You know, I've had a lot of other experiences with cuts before, but I nearly got hit with an amazingly close call with a reciprocating saw. Oh yeah, I'm not talking about cooking now. I'm talking about carpentry. Fafufi, you really have to understand, I'm not scared of anything or anyone. I wouldn't even be doing this show with all these death threats if I was scared of anyone. It just amazes me how you people think, or rather you don't think. Well, the reciprocating saws go like this, and they cut through metal, and they cut through wood. They're used for metal. All right, I'm going to put these cabbage on top of the pre-cooking. Everything has to go together now. Right on top. Cover, lift that cover for just a second. And then give it another couple sprays of soy or a half a teaspoon of soy. Or we try not to have too much soy because, like I said, I'm salt sensitive. But if you don't have soy, you won't have any actual. I'm going to put a little parsley in this mix. I'm also going to add parsley and dill to a tahini sauce, which is typical of a falafel dish. Tahini is a wonderful product. I just pulled this out of the garden, but I'm going to go ahead and rinse it off because I've got diesel trucks that drive by my house. Love that diesel in my food, you know. Just kind of mince that, nice it up. I'm going to throw that in as a topper just for flavor. Give it more of a Middle Eastern flavor. Because I'm not really cooking in a Middle Eastern fashion. Like I said, you can replace the meat product I'm going to put in this dish with garbanzo beans or chickpeas. Check this out. I got a deli-style uncured turkey ham. No antibiotics ever used. Humanely raised, gluten-free, no nitrates. I got this whole package of ham for $1. I'm going to open this up, take some of these out of here. And normally I wash these off just as a precaution. Adds a little moisture to the dish. I'm going to take 3 slices of ham here and just rinse them off in the sink. You can't really see that. Rinse the plate off too. And then I'm going to take the ham and I'm going to mince it. I'm just going to go julienne style, like that. Slice it julienne style. 3 slices will do. And this is within your $3 budget, by the way. If you look for like lunch meat, especially ham, is easy to cook with. And what I like about ham of any kind, even turkey ham, is it is very flavorsome. Yeah, I julienne the whole section there. Took me just a few seconds. Put the rest of it back in the bag and have sandwiches out of it. Are you calling Dave a cheap bastard? You can call me whatever you want. Like I said, I don't have the sensitivity issues that Donald has. I expect people to question me. I expect people to argue with me. I do. I grew up in an environment of constant criticism and argument. So it's normal for me to defend myself. It's abnormal for me to not defend myself. All right, U.S. trade deal, Brexit, yeah, hashtag. You're really expanding your whole game plan. That's great. Okay, let's get this show on the road. What do you say? Oh, I've got to have some coffee first. Let me pour some of this organic coffee I just brewed. Beautiful. I've gone to organic coffee from Costco. Full, basically saving money, ironically. Grind your own. Put some milk in there. Okay. I'm going to plug the waffle iron in. Oh, I do need Parmesan. And my onion powder. I don't know if you have this problem with onion powder, but I do. Yeah. It's all chunked up, worthless. I'm going to take some of this and put it in my grinder, my Braun grinder, and I'm going to put these chunks in there like that. Give it a little zip. It's almost ready. Take some onion powder. Oh, now it's stuck to it. Let me unplug it. My finger in there. Okay, I'm going to put some onion powder in here. About a tablespoon of onion powder. Okay. I'm trying to use up ingredients here. Okay. I'm going to take some, I've got some Parmesan I'm going to put in there with it, about the same amount. Parmesan and onion powder. Cool. Get rid of that. I sometimes keep the onion powder containers. If you have any herbs that you need to use, you can always reuse these things. They're pretty good, the shaker tops. Yeah, say I dried some parsley or something. I have fluoride filters. We don't add fluoride in our neighborhood, so that's good. Okay, I'm getting ready to, I'm keeping that sealed so it's all cooking in its own heat right now. I'm going to add some flaxseed to my basic waffle mix because it's really good for diet. So I'm going to take that grinder and I'm going to rinse it out first. I don't want the residual onion smell or taste in there. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to get the onion and that taste out of there for the most part. Cool. Yeah, this is the same grinder I make my coffee with, so I had to clean it before I even started this thing. But we got a pretty long night ahead of us. Sarah won't be in till like 8 o'clock, so I'm drying this out. I haven't started my waffle iron yet. Okay, I'm going to put some of the flaxseed in here. Okay. That's quite a bit of flaxseed, but I really like the roughage. And it adds omega-3 to your pancake mix. So I'm going to take this section here. You see that? Cover it up. I'm going to grind that up too. Nice and all ground up. There's no seeds left in there. I'm going to put that in with my batter. That can go, that's a neutral addition to the batter. So you can see the batter right there. Okay. Right on. Yeah, Nutella. No, any kind of peanut butter will do. Yeah, so I have some yogurt too I'm going to be using today, some blueberry yogurt. Getting close to the end of the container, so I'm going to use some of that to add to the waffles on the sweet side, but not on the spicy side. We're going for the initial waffles will be tasty. Okay, so let's get started here. I am plugging in the waffle maker. Okay. It hasn't been plugged in a long time, so I'm really kind of excited about this. I'm talking, you know, maybe a couple months ago, because we bought the new waffle maker, and it was you know, kind of like, what do we do with this old waffle maker? Well, I'm going to keep it. Yeah, this is way more flaxseed meal than you need, but in fact, I am going to double my recipe. Okay, one more cup of the, we'll go 2 cups of the waffle mix. More milk. Another 3/4 of a cup of milk. I'm going to go a little lighter on the milk. It'll still be good. And 1 more egg. So it's 2 eggs, 1.5 cups of milk, and 2 cups of flour. I'm going to mix that up with the flaxseed in it because there was just too much flaxseed there. All right. Thank you. All right. I'm getting ready to mix all the ingredients together. I'm going to add the ham to the cabbage while I mix this up. I'm going to take this can of ham, or this 3 slices of ham julienne. I'm going to put it right on top of this dish. And I'm going to mix it up with a wooden spatula, kind of pushing it in. Then kind of rotate the sides forward, keeping the heat integrity together and fusing it all together. We're basically adding the ham, infusing the ham flavor with the cooked cabbage, onions, and celery. All right. And I've got my beautiful waffle mix I'm stirring right here. Okay, getting the right consistency. Yeah. Yeah, the garlic is always a possibility, but we don't want to contaminate this mix of waffle mix here. Now the waffle iron has a little red light that tells me when it's ready to start cooking. That is a really perfect blend of a very rich Belgian waffle mix, but I'm not using a Belgian waffle maker. But that's perfect, ready to go. I'm going to turn the burner off and let all those ingredients infuse on the stove. We're going to use this ingredient to go inside of the waffles once they're made. And you're going to see me actually seal the deal with some cheese. So I'm going to separate some of the waffle mix for my blueberry mix. So I'm going to put half the container away. For blueberries. And that will be the yogurt we'll use along with the peanut butter. All right. We're going to be mixing peanut butter in with that mix along with yogurt. Meanwhile, this waffle iron is almost ready. I'm going to spray it. And I'm going to take the Parmesan and the onion. I'm going to mix it in with the rest of this. Okay. So I'm taking the onion powder, about a teaspoon of onion powder and a teaspoon of, hey, we're not taking calls right now. Sorry. I'm in the middle of a cooking show. Thank you. I'm going to mix all this up together. This is an onion powder with Parmesan cheese in it. And if it looks a little bit, lumpy, you don't have to worry. It's, you can add a little water to it. So I'll add a little water, filtered water to it if it's a little lumpy. I'm trying to get the right consistency to get this thing into the waffle iron. I think I'm almost there. Kind of like drippy, but not really. It's kind of firm and drippy. I'm a big fan of Julia Childs, Daryl. She had a big influence on me in my life, I'll tell you. Watching her shows was always fun when I was a kid. Unlike Chef Ramsay, who makes you hate cooking, Julia made everyone love cooking. There's something about running around screaming at people that doesn't bode well for people liking cooking. Okay, I'm going to pump that oil up, and I'm going to put it on the burner. That is ready to go. It's a Toastmaster. I'm going to put a little bit of oil on the base of the thing. And we're going to go ahead and add the waffle mix to it. Now, there should be enough for 2 of these waffles. Kind of evenly spread it. There you go. Go down on that. And we'll let that cook for a little bit. And if I need any more, I've got the other that I haven't quite added my blueberry and peanut butter to, so it's not like I'm going to run out. Yeah, but it's kind of interesting to have the onion powder and the Parmesan cheese in it, because then what I'm going to try to do is make something that's tasty, like a Hot Pocket. Yeah. But eating your own puke is not nearly as good as eating this. Now, you can go ahead and dine on your own puke if you want. Yeah. Fluoride came in and said he'd rather eat his own puke. Did I leave anything out so far? Not really, no. I think we're good. But the garlic is not an option. If you want, I can add a little garlic to this dish here. I got a clove here. I can put a clove in there, mince it. Well, let's be clear. Let's be unclear. Let's be a flip-flopper like Donald Trump and Barack Obama. I can't believe how Donald Trump is flip-flopping on gun rights. The one thing that, most people would say, no, he's not going to flip on that. He starts flipping on it. I can't believe it. I just minced this garlic up. I'm going to throw it in. Give it a little spin. Push everything together. It's all basically done, the interior of this. I could definitely feed a wrecking crew with this food. I got way more cabbage than I really need. I'm going to use big slice mild cheddar today. I picked up this stuff for $1. Whenever you go shopping, try to shoot for buying things for $1. It's a really good motto. Like a $4 package for $1. Yeah. Micah, remember, you're not allowed to post here. You can put butter in this, yes. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of risk it and lift this just to make sure I'm okay. Yeah, I'm good. Perfect. The first waffle is always the hardest. Pull this out. Go for a second waffle. More oil down. Okay. I'm going to use a spatula for this one. I want to get every little last drop of this. The first waffle's the hardest. Let me tell you. The song I could probably go off and sing, but I don't want to bother you with that. Yeah, I was just reading an article. Somebody sent me The Lonely Life of a YouTube Star. I'm glad I'm not a star and nobody knows me, on YouTube. What a burden it must be to do shows every day and not even have a partner, That's what I'm so blessed to have Sarah give me a break during our 5-hour live broadcast. Okay, that's going down for another round of Waffle Mania. Yeah, it's interesting. Some of these mixes require, oil in the mix. If you make raw pancake batter, it requires oil. But they've got, this thing worked out, so I'm just going to go with it. I have billions of viewers. I'm kind of underplaying, the fact that I have billions of viewers worldwide. Nobody likes a guy who thinks he's got billions of viewers, so I try to downplay that. Diggin is she's just fallen all over herself. If she was not wearing those outfits, I don't think anyone would really watch her. 200 million worldwide, and geishas in Japan. You're right. They love it. They love the macho aspect, along with the sensitive male aspect that I exude. Nuts and berries, yeah. Okay, so hang on. I have to laugh. Sarah bought this empty deodorant container and some coconut oil, and she said she was going to make her own antiperspirant. I thought, yeah, seriously. She said that. Yeah, she said her sister had a recipe to take coconut oil and make it into a roll-on antiperspirant. I'm going, okay, yeah, sure. thought that was funny. Okay, we're ready to lift here. Oops, almost ready to lift. Yep, we are. Ta-da! Okay, what we have here is 2 waffles. All sitting, already cooked. And what I'm going to do is re-oil this base here. Oil the top. Put the waffle back on the waffle iron. And I'm going to add cheese to the waffle. But first I'm going to put a scoop of this cabbage mix that I made here onto the top of the waffle with the turkey ham in it. Okay. I'm going to drape it with cheese over the top. And I'm going to use 1.5 slices of cheese so the cheese literally just covers the whole top of it. Then I'm going to go back on top with another waffle. And I'm going to press it down onto the waffle maker. I'm going to leave it sit there. And I'm going to make my waffle falafel. Okay, now you can duplicate this for many different meals. Like I said, 5 meals. You can make 2 meals out of this one. Another 2 meals out of another one. And I'm going to be making a blueberry waffle too. It's got like a giant waffle slider, yeah. So we're just reheating everything since it's all fresh. And it's going back onto the, I'm going to put it on a plate and seal it for later. But I have an easily enough cabbage mix to make 4 sets of these. So if this is one meal for somebody, great. You just have to add more waffle mix. The blueberry waffle is going to have something really cool in it. It's going to have peanut butter in the mix, and it's going to have yogurt inside, along with pears. I'm going to add some pears that I have. Fluoride, please don't come in here and talk about the benefits of fluoride. Thank you. I appreciate that. So this mix can sit back here. You can serve this with a little bit of tahini and a little parsley with some yogurt or mayonnaise or both. Okay, I'm going to lift the cover. It's done. Wonderful. I'm lifting the entire thing up. I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to give it a cut. I'm going to cover it up and let it steam. Voila, we're done. Okay, one waffle falafel is done, which I'll be eating later. You can make 2 meals out of that one. Now I'm going to mix the other dish. Put this back in here. Okay. Now you got to make more than one for the people in your house. I'm just doing one as a demonstration, but I'm going to add the peanut butter here. And I'm going to add yogurt to the mix too. Mix it all up. A yogurt will give it a little loft, and the peanut butter will make it really taste good. So I'm going to throw these are going to be bigger waffles. I'm going to throw these in right now. Let me spray this. Beautiful. That can go right on the same grill. It won't hurt it. We're going to go for big ones now. Okay. Yay. Always lift the cover with your finger like that. Make sure it doesn't spill over the side. All right. I love making waffles. It's one of my favorite activities. Yeah, so the waffle falafel is done. We're going to make a sweet version of it with peanut butter infused into the mix and yogurt, blueberry yogurt. You bought 4 bras today. Wow, was it a good deal? Somebody bought 4 bras. Wow. Were they maiden form or special ones? Or it looks pretty good. Yeah, I tell you. When you add peanut butter to the mix, people go, "Wow, how come these taste so good?" And of course, you'll serve the blueberry waffles with the yogurt in it, which will give it a little loft. It'll lift up. You know, you can use cottage cheese as well. And so one of the tricks that I'm trying, because Sarah, she uses the egg whites and beats it up, gives it loft. She does a great job. And I got to tell you, her waffles are by far the best I've ever had, by far. I'm just kind of like working with an old waffle iron here because we have a brand new waffle iron, which has the big ones. The old-fashioned waffle iron is just something I thought would be kind of fun. So it's cooking right now. 1 plug, 1 waffle iron. Yeah. You can use jelly. Jam is good. But remember, jellies generally have corn syrup in them. Now I have a really good 3-fruit blueberry, cherry, raspberry mix here. And I checked the label, it says sugar. So when you buy your jams, try to avoid corn syrup because it is genetically modified. So try to get only sugar. And when I have the maple syrup, I actually can make maple syrup on my own with honey and a product that I picked up at the store. This is maple flavoring, which, believe it or not, really, I kind of blew myself away. I made some maple syrup because I had some organic maple syrup. I had some in there, and I stretched it out last week, and it was really amazing. I took honey, rendered it down, and added some brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of that maple flavoring, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavoring, natural vanilla flavoring, and man, I can't tell the difference. I really can't. But real maple syrup never goes bad. And I prefer real maple syrup. I have some in the cupboard, but I just wanted to kind of expand my organic maple syrup and see how well it can do. Okay, we're going to lift this up. It's already done. See that? I'm going to pull this off. Lifting this off the griddle. Now you can eat this just as it is. I mean, you don't have to really worry about adding anything to it, but I'm going to go ahead and make another waffle with the rest of my waffle mix. See, it's a little intimidating at first, but it's such an easy recipe that you shouldn't feel intimidated by waffle mix. And you can keep this in the refrigerator and eat it up in the future if you want. Just make enough for your one meal, and then you can even save the cabbage on the side. I didn't put an egg in the cabbage because I didn't want it to go bad. So there's a lot of durability to these types of meals. And the cheese, you know, pull a slice of cheese out and you're all set to go. Okay, I'm just going to put that in there and cook that out. Coming down to the wire here. I'm going to break open this $1 can of Oregon barley pears I picked up. Normally this is about a $3 can, but it's great. I bought them for $1 a piece. Best by October of 2015. Huh. I don't know about you, but that looks pretty good to me. If you want, you could put a little butter on your waffles. I know my dad used to love butter. He grew up on a farm, and he'd put butter on his waffles, and then he'd put, maple syrup on his waffles. All right, we're almost done there. All right. Coming down the line. I'm going to take the remainder of the yogurt, smear it on top of this. Just make it like frosting. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. Wonderful. I love blueberries and I love yogurt, so the combination is perfect. Okay. Just enough to, yummy. That was the same spatula I used the onions on. Can't even taste the onions. All right, we're almost done. I'm going to lay the pears on top of this thing. Like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and you can put a few more in there too. There we go. Pull this up. Turn the waffle maker off. Unplug everything. Amazing, huh? Okay, I've got that spatula I just cleaned off. And I'm going to rinse everything into the compost heap. All of that food waste, see that? All the food waste goes in the compost heap. Every bit of food waste. Okay, we're going to lift that up and put it right on top of this. Like that. And you got your second sweet falafel waffle, which you can put a little bit of butter on and get started. I'm just take a couple pats of butter on the top because it really does make an added taste improvement. Kind of top it off with the butter. And then ideally, what you want to do is drizzle come back here. Drizzle a little maple syrup over the whole thing once the butter's melted, but I'm just going to do it in advance right here. I'm going to cover it up like that. Nest it in 2 plates. Okay. I've got dinner and I've got dessert. And that is the conclusion of the Waffle Falafel Day. I'll be in the other room in just a second to start the show. Thank you for watching the recorded broadcast. You guys can reconnect in about 1 minute. Take care, everybody.